Hi, I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and I'm here today with a very exciting piece of pre-owned inventory. This is a 2022 911 Targa 4 GTS. Really awesome car. I'll speak in general terms about what the Targa 4 GTS is, and then we'll dive into the particulars of this example. So, starting with the Targa part, with the 911, you have, of course, many different kind of body configurations, I should say. You have the coupe, which we probably sell the most of, and then we have the cabriolet, which is the full opening top, and then we have the Targa, which is kind of somewhere in between. You have the bit right directly above your head that'll open up and give you that cabriolet, open top experience, but you have a more coupe-like profile. You have that big glass Targa window in the back. I personally prefer these a little bit over the cabriolets because of that. It's not quite as wide open, and it'll be a little bit tighter in the back seat, frankly, but I think they look a whole lot cooler with the roof up than the cabriolets do. You have that kind of middle ground that I think is pretty sweet. Now, this modern interpretation of the Targa is entirely electronic. So you may remember the Targas from generations gone by, the ones from the 70s. You had the big metal piece that you had to physically lift out, and it was a little bit of a chore. Not the case with the newer ones. You just press and hold the button inside, and it'll all happen electronically and fairly quickly too. It's quite a cool process. So aesthetically, that's what the Targa gives you. The Targas are also all-wheel drive. So you have your Targa 4, which is the standard engine, still all-wheel drive again, hence that 4 designation. And then the 4S gives you a little bit more power and larger brakes. And then the Targa 4 GTS, which is the one that we have here. So this is the most powerful, most sporty example. It has 473 horsepower, so quite a quick thing. And then also, being a GTS, it gives you a few more performance options as standard, as well as some aesthetic ones. So I'll touch on some of that. Firstly, starting with the aesthetic stuff, you have the Sport Design package as standard on a GTS, so you can option that on a 4 or a 4S model, but standard on GTSs. So they have a slightly different front bumper, a little bit more paint, it looks a little bit different, and then in the rear, I think even more different than the standard one, and I like it a whole lot better actually. They kind of move the license plate up, again, give you a little bit more paint, it makes for a sportier look. And then these wheels are a significant thing too. These are the 911 Turbo S wheels, standard on the GTS. These are center locking as well, which not only looks very cool and is motorsport inspired, but decreases or increases with less unsprung weight is what I'm trying to say. So you get a performance benefit there as well. And while they are standard on the Turbo S, they have a silver finish on that car. This is the only way you can get them in the satin black finish, which I think looks awesome. And then you'll also generally have that satin black carrying over to the badging around the car. This one did a model designation delete on the back, so it won't have that badging, you'll notice, but the Targa on the badging on the side on the Targa bar is that satin black. Other standard equipment you get on a GTS that you would have to option on the other cars include the lower suspension, as well as the Sport Exhaust and Sport Chrono package. So when you're looking at a GTS, oftentimes the option list won't be as long, but it's because they have a lot more standard equipment that you don't actually have to tick a box to get. So let's chat a little bit more about this one in particular. Starting with the outside, GT Silver Metallic, probably my single favorite color that we make. It's awesome. It looks good on every generation of 911. It ages well. It doesn't show the scratches and imperfections or dirt quite so much. And yeah, it's great. Other stuff outside, talked about the wheels, talked about it doesn't have the badging on the back. Oh, you'll also get the tinted LED PDLS headlights, so a little bit darker than the normal ones, and the PDLS is Porsche Dynamic Lighting System, so that means they'll turn with the steering wheel and they'll look a little bit further down the road as you speed up as well. I think outside that was just about everything. Oh, and the tinted taillights, of course, as well. That would be another GTS specific attribute. Moving to the inside, where this one separates itself even more, is quite a unique interior. This is the full leather interior, first off, so your dashboard is leather wrapped with both the top and underneath, glove box, all that stuff, the full doors, everything's leather wrapped. And in this one, all that stuff is Bordeaux red, which is, yeah, quite striking. Frankly, it could be a little bit overwhelming for some people, but if you like red, it is very cool. And it just makes it feel a little bit more premium, I find, when you have leather wrapping everything. It's really cool stuff. And then they added a little bit of contrast. The tachometer, the center dial, is in white to give you that splash of kind of brightness in your dials, and then the seat belts as well. They did those in silver, kind of bringing that outside color inside a little bit. And then another thing with the GTS models that I could have mentioned earlier, I guess, is Alcantara or Racetex as it's called now. So the steering wheel has that kind of synthetic suede material, which is a little bit grippier, as well the gear lever. And maybe I buried the lead here, but I'll talk about the gear lever now. It is a manual transmission, Porsche's 7-speed manual gearbox in this car, which is becoming more and more rare. If you are a manual transmission enthusiast, take advantage of the opportunity, because every year or two, it seems they remove some models that we're allowed to order with a manual. So to have this, high performance example with a manual is super cool, and again, more and more rare all the time. Other equipment worth mentioning: the seats are the 18-way, so the most adjustable and heavily bolstered seat. Great to see that in the sports car. You can adjust the bolsters on the seat base to wrap a little bit tighter, as well as the seat back, and you get a little bit more shoulder support than you would get on the 14-way as well. And then you get memory seating with that option as well. And then on those seats, you have the embossed crests on the headrests. Subtle touch, but I love to see it, especially on the open top cars like this. Also, the embossed Porsche crest on the armrest. Those seats are also heated and ventilated significantly. I think that's just about all the content I wanted to chat about on this one, but I'll also mention it is a Porsche approved certified pre-owned vehicle, so very little mileage on it right now, only about 2,700 kilometers, but it has now extra warranty with no kilometer limit. So the standard warranty is 4 years or 80,000 kilometers. Once that expires, you get a further 2 years and unlimited kilometers on that. So this one should have warranty until 2028, September in fact, to be specific, of 2028. So lots of coverage on this one, more coverage than you get if you're buying a brand new car. The other benefit, of course, to these pre-owned ones is they are exempt from the federal luxury tax that only applies to the brand new cars. So it really is a great value, next to no kilometers, close to new, more warranty than new, and you're saving that luxury tax. You also get the advantage of the previous owner already buying the paint protection film. So the full hood, fenders, mirrors, all entirely wrapped in paint protection film already. So yeah, great value, really unique car. If you're interested, if you want to learn more, give us a call or do pay us a visit. It'll be on display in our showroom soon. Thanks so much for watching.